Perfect. Ooh, woo. Well, it's summertime now. If you're new, welcome to the channel. This is part 2. As you see, I got my wall built, thank God. Finally got that out the way. Doing a little general maintenance on the car, 'cause, you know, it's a Volvo in the summertime. Yeah, I got Amazon's breather cap. It definitely helped with the blow by. It leaks a little, but this is after about I'm gonna say about 8,000 miles and a few burnouts in the rain and silly stuff like that, and it dribbled just a little, but that's cause this hose doesn't fit. So. But I'll take it over what it was before. You know, I cleaned out the crank breather. You know, you can buy a new one for like 20, 25 bucks. They're not that hard to clean. I mean, people say just buy a new one, but honestly, they're not that hard to clean. So if you're having issues where it just spills oil all the time, maybe getting a catch can, cleaning your breather, and adding one of those kind of oil filters is a good idea. But yeah, let's go in the back right quick. Ooh, it's my bumper and my drift shit box. That's what I'm going to be putting the motor in, and I don't do it every year, but this year, you know, I did a little garden, some tomatoes, some peppers. That's usually all I do, just some tomatoes and peppers. So, yeah, let's get to it.
I need a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. I'm so hungry. Can I get ranch with that? My wheels vibrate when I drive.
Using a little Hypertech lube and WD-40. Now, you can do what you want because you're going to. And I'm okay with that. I'm not going to browbeat you because it didn't do it my way. But people use PV Blaster, 3-1 oil, gasoline, kerosene, diesel, whew, everything. Okay, the rings have been baptized. Hallelujah. Well, if you made it this, like I said, if you made it this far, man, you were OG. This was part 2 of the 351 board 30 over. I'm gonna just call it 357. We rounding up. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna round up. So it's a small block Ford. It's a 357 because it's bored over. It was originally 351. It's a Windsor, not a Cleveland. The person who put it together wasn't as backwards as I thought. I thought that the chamfer on the rod, the bevel, was all wrong. Really, they just had one piston on this spot, and it was supposed to go with this piston, and instead of putting them together, they had them crisscrossed. They had them flipped over, so that made it seem like it was off. So they didn't mess up bad. They just put one piston in the wrong spot. Which is why I didn't have to press them on or off or anything like that. I put them in the order they were supposed to go in, and they lined up how they're supposed to. I gapped the rings, so she probably gonna be smoky because it's a fairly large gap. I mean, I'm running the same kind of gap people that use 300 shots of nitrous run. Not that I'm gonna run that much nitrous, but I'm gonna have a little shot of gas and I'm gonna have a turbo, and those two things is gonna heat your shit up. So I'd rather have a slightly smoky, fast ass car than break something, because I'm definitely gonna push it to its limits. I'll get a catch can or make one to combat with the extra crankcase pressure, but I did a lot of research on guys that run big shots of nitrous. And a lot of them run a decent sized gap and the car still don't smoke. And the car still pass real good compression tests. So a few thousandths extra on your ring gap doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have a really smoky car. You're not going to have good compression. It's just a little larger. It's still pretty much closed up. You got 2 rings that seal. So yeah, so I appreciate any of the new subscribers. I've literally made it to 200, which isn't a lot in the grand scheme of what people do. But to me, to have 200 followers and have done no bots, I hadn't had to pay anyone to subscribe. It's just organic. People that want to watch. If they don't want to watch, they don't watch. So I appreciate all the people that have subscribed and followed and continue to watch my videos. Obviously, you love Volvos, because there is no reason to watch my shit other than you love Volvos. But I'll hit you with part 3. Part 3 involved me getting the cam. It's not going to be a huge cam. It's not going to be a mother thumper. Those aren't exactly good for boost. It is still like going to be a flat hydraulic tappet, which means it has a little hydraulic floater in it, I guess, to keep it smooth, but basically it's flat tappet. So they don't have extreme peaks on the cams, and they don't go to extreme rev limiters. I probably will never go past 5,500 RPM. But part 3 will involve intake manifold, type of cam, maybe a little head work or gasket matching. I'm not sure. But, you know, everything's coming along good. The pistons went in good. The honing went good. Everything went pretty decent. I have no complaints. I mean, only thing I got to do is go back out there and torque it to spec. Not that I think that the bearing will spin or anything, because I did snug them pretty good. And I've been told more than once that you can snug them up hand tight and then start spinning the motor. It ain't gonna hurt anything. But I'm gonna go out there and get everything torqued to spec. You know, y'all don't need to see that. You can Google that. You can watch someone else use a torque wrench. But I'm going to torque my rods and my mains to spec. And then part 3 be cam, intake manifold. So, you know, stick with me. I mean, I'm trying to build a pretty ferocious Volvo drift car. I know people tell you not to overbuild your car, but I live in America, and these motors are very cheap. I mean, it hasn't cost me, but I got a brand new crank and bearings for the mains and the connecting rods, and it didn't even cost $200. And the crankshaft is a hunk of metal, you know. So, you know, as far as where I live, to rebuild the small block Ford is just so cheap. People will say do a Chevy. Any American car to rebuild it, it's pretty cheap in America. I chose small block Ford because of the T5 transmission that I hold around 500 horsepower, which is plenty for me to drift, clutch kick, and do sick ass burnouts. So if you don't mind, hit that like, subscribe, share it to one of your Volvo friends. They might want to see something a little different. You see a lot of the same old stuff in the Volvo community. See a lot of people doing the exact same thing, patting themselves on the back. So, hit the like, hit the bell for OG that's trying to do something different. I'm out.
Perfect.